So that was really, I mean, you really have to know your stuff. Either you do it or you don't. And if you don't do it, you kind of, you don't get on the air, really, because they don't have time to do several takes of things. The soap opera experience was really great for me, though.
And I was surprised to find out that the little boy that played Richie from Family Matters, I can't recall his name, but I think he's on Young and the Restless now.
Oh, wow, good. Good for him. Good for him. It's always good to be working.
Yeah, especially with the way that this economy is.
Yeah, it's very difficult right now.
Now, for child actors, we hear about the curse that goes on with kid actors, get into the wrong circles and everything. Right. So how did you manage to stay as grounded as you are and to, just come out all right?
In reality, it's really hard. It's really hard. I mean, you deal with tons and tons of rejection, and people trying to accept you as a grown-up as opposed to a child. When a lot of casting directors see you only as a child, they can't accept you as a young woman. That's very difficult. But I just have to say that my family kind of, really made it so that I would be able to survive that curse, because it's really sad what happens to a lot of child actors. But like when I came home, when I get out of a limo from the airport, because I went to Toronto to shoot a movie of the week, my parents told me to take out the trash. They weren't kissing my butt because I, had some level of success. They made sure that I maintained, and had a healthy childhood. They made sure that I was involved in sports, even though I couldn't make all the games. I was still involved with, other kids, and they wanted me to have a real sense of normalcy. And I think that kind of just followed me throughout my career, and really helped me stay strong.
Right, because you definitely see the stories, like I said, about child actors going wrong, and then you have kids that are trying to make it, and you have the stage parents.
Right. Well, yeah, going to college, having that responsibility of paying my way through school, I think started something with me where I just knew that I would be independent. And that's kind of how my parents made me. It's like I don't call them and ask them for anything. It's like that's kind of how I was raised, to be independent, to be strong, and to take care of myself. So whatever that meant, that's what I was going to do. So, and that's basically what I've just been holding on to. It's like whatever I've got to do to take care of myself, I got to do it.
Right.
So I don't have anything else to fall back on or to retreat to. So I got to work hard.
And what do you think about the current state of Hollywood right now? Because it seems like TV has gone away from original programming and it's straight reality television.
It's really, I feel so bad when I watch reality TV because I'm drawn into it just like everyone else is. But it's that format that's not allowing these actors and actresses to come out and show their stuff. And what has happened is the few shows that are on the air, the people that are guest starring on these shows are superstars now, as opposed to actors, which used to be able to get a voice and get the ability to get on top. Now when I go to auditions, it's like, there's members of Destiny's Child, and, it's like I'm going up against these people who not necessarily are actors, but are names, and they're more likely to take a name over an actor nowadays. So it's really tough. It's really tough. It used to be I used to get 3 auditions a day. Now it's like, I'm waiting for the phone to ring. So it's really changed the climate for all actors.
Right.
And it's just made it really hard. And also being in the film production, I used to produce movie trailers, and at night while I was doing my acting gigs during the day, and that has dried up because there's no being made. And, so it's hard. Not that there's no movies being made, but that it's slowed down because of the fear of strikes and such. So,
yeah, and basically that little show on Viacom owned channel MTV, The Real World, kicked off the reality TV craze and brought to us Eric Nice from The Grind and Kevin Powell, who has really done well for himself. Now, back to the Salute Your Short days. It seems like the 90s was a great period to grow up in as far as culture goes.
Yes, definitely.
I felt like I kind of sort of missed I didn't really miss the boat because I was a mid-90s kid.
My show, then you kind of get it, because either people know Salute Your Shorts or they don't. Either you had Nickelodeon or you didn't, and either you were that age range or you're not. So to be around during that time, it was so, to me, it seems like it's so much more innocent than it is now, and a lot more fun.
Yeah, I agree, because it seems like kids nowadays, they have a lot more issues to worry about, where back when I was growing up, the only issues I had to worry about was trying to get all my chores and stuff done by 8 o'clock so I could watch Snick.
Exactly. Yeah, kids are growing up a lot quicker now, and it's really scary. It's really scary.
And do you think that that's some way we can kind of get back to that innocence where kids can just be kids and not have to worry about the issues and ills of society?
Well, it really just depends on your home situation. I mean, you are a product of whatever you are surrounded by. So until our education system gets kind of close to being on track, I mean, we lag horribly, and the prison system, and it's really sad. It's really bleak for these young people, especially if they don't come from middle or upper class upbringing. It's very difficult to try to be able to make it in this day and age. So I mean, unless you have people around you that are there to support you and make sure you're doing right, chances are you're probably going to take the other road, which is really unfortunate.
Now, what advice would you have for anybody that wants to get into acting, especially young people that want to get into acting?
I would say when I go talk to elementary schools, I always tell them join teams, be active in your school. And if this is something you want to do, it's really on your parents because it's like they have to take you to auditions and all of that stuff. Really, if you're not living in Los Angeles or New York, it's going to be tough to get anything that's, really major. But if you are in wherever town you are, you can always get your feet wet. There's always acting jobs and things out there. But I would say definitely be active in your school, do sports. And because it's like all the jobs I've ever gotten, like I got Family Matters because I could cheerlead. I was able to do Telly Rapper because I was athletic. So it's like, whatever asset you can get, start building your resume young. Do things. Be part of organizations. And when you become old enough to make your own decisions and say you do want to get into acting, at least you have something behind you to show for.
And now, do you have any projects coming up that we should know about?
Right now I'm editing a music video. I've been directing music videos lately, just some independent kind of like unsigned artists. And hopefully it'll be on YouTube soon. The video is called Heaven and Hell, and the artist is Colleen Lovejoy Songbook. And she's great. And hopefully I'll, be putting it on YouTube, and you guys can start commenting and tell me how you like the video.
All right. And before you go, do you have any shout-outs you want to give and a MySpace page where fans can get in contact with you?
Well, my MySpace page is open. You got my name, Venus DeMilo Thomas. You can definitely shoot me any questions that you have, and I'm here. So if you got any questions, I'll answer them if I can.
All right, people, there you go. The MySpace page. Hit her up. Ladies and gentlemen, Time Machine exclusive, Venus DeMilo, formerly of the Nickelodeon show Salute Your Shorts. Venus, thanks for doing this interview, and hang on the line.
All right.
All right.